welcome back to day 6. Please do not forget that I have office hours every day from 2:10 to 3:10. I did link my Google Meet code there on this box here. So if you've noticed, I've been posting my daily slides in our Google Classroom. So when you open them up, it will have the link there. So you can click there. It is also posted in Google Classroom. Let me just show you. So if you go to your classwork tab and you scroll down where it says general resources, I put the YouTube link channel there too, instead of just posting the individual daily videos, because then it's just going to make it really long in the classwork tab. I just put the link to the channel so you can just go there and look, because I post them every day, but I'm about a day behind because I have to edit and download and upload, and it takes a while over Wi-Fi. Right here is my office hours link. It's a permanent link, so it's always the same. This is where you're going to click it. It's also linked in that PDF I just showed you. I also and I will update this as more extensions come up that are useful. These are unblocked by the school. If you have not downloaded these into your Chromebook yet, I suggest that you do. Grammarly helps you with your spelling, your sentences, all things having to do with writing. Anytime you type anywhere on your screen, it'll automatically start to make suggestions and corrections. I suggest you download that. It's extremely useful, especially for school, to help you improve your sentence structures, your spelling, and everything. Cami lets you edit PDFs, forms that are normally not editable. We will be using that in the future. So if you have not downloaded it, then you can do that now or later. That is up to you. Obviously, don't do it right this moment. Wait till I'm done talking. But I'm just letting you know that I put those there. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, right here under daily slide presentations, every day I post the slides that we have. And when you open it up, it'll preview it. And if there's any links in there, they are working links, and they'll take you to whatever we discussed that day. All right, so let's go back to today's presentation. So that's a working link there. That'll take you straight to my Meet, but it's only open from 2:10 to 3:10. During that time, you can come in and get extra help, ask any questions. We can troubleshoot anything that's not working. Maybe you're having a tech issue, whatever. I'm available from 2:10 to 3:10 every day, every school day. So again, happy Wednesday. Welcome back. Today's day 6. Today we have to get through announcements. We have our first lab of the year, which is a measurement scavenger hunt lab. We're going to work on late work if you have any, and then of course our signing off for the day. So announcements. This is the assignment list that I have updated thus far. Flipgrid introduction has been graded. Your getting to know you survey is graded. Your ed puzzle has been graded. The safety posters are still pending. Your lab safety quizzes are pending. And I just wanted to make a note to make you aware. Late work is graded as I have time. You have submitted it late, so it is on my time frame. If you submit it on time, it'll be graded with everything else. But I'm not going to drop what I'm doing to update your grade because you submitted it late. So just be aware that it's going to take time for me to update your grade if you submit late work. If you were absent or you are missing the quizzes, they are still linked in those presentations that I just showed you, so you can go back and get those updated. Okay, so let me go over the lab before you get started. So we have our first lab for the day. Our first unit, I know even though it says unit 0, it's a review unit. It's methods of science. Section 1 is metric measurements, and that's what we're starting with. So our first lab today, you will need a ruler or a tape measure. Look around your house, see if you have one, ask an adult. You can either use a ruler like the ones that you can find in school, see if they have a tape measure like the kind that they use in construction, you know, the metal kind that slides out and in. Maybe somebody sews in the house and they have that tape, that fabric tape one that like you use to take measurements around your body. Something that has measurements on it will work. If you do not have one and you cannot go to the store to purchase one, then you need to message me. I will bring you one. Right now at Walmart, I think the plastic ones are 25 cents and the wood ones are 50 cents. Please message me and I will bring one to you. I will drop it off. I will leave it at your door. I'll put it in your mailbox. Do not message me Sunday night and say, Miss, I don't have a ruler. That's not acceptable. Today is Wednesday. You have all these days to get your lab completed because it's not due until Monday at 8 a.m. So please message me today or tomorrow at the latest to let me know if you need a ruler or so I can go drop it off to you so you can do this lab. Again, do not put it in the chat. People don't need to know your business. Just email me and let me know. Like I just said, your lab is due Monday morning at 8 a.m. before I see you in class. You're going to use the metric system only. In science, we use metric, we don't use imperial. Here in the United States, we use the imperial system. That's inches, feet, miles, pounds, but the rest of the world uses metric. And so in science, you have to remember to switch your brain over to the metric system. So we'll be using things like liters, meters, kilometers, grams, things like that. So when you are writing down your numbers in science, you always need to put your units after it. If you only put a number, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you put down number 10, I don't know what 10 means. 10 is an arbitrary number. $10, 10 hippopotamuses, 10 phones, 10 what? I don't know what 10 means. So in science, you have to be concise, you have to be precise. So you need to say what unit you're talking about. Is it 10 millimeters? Is it 10 centimeters? Is it 10 meters? Because those numbers are very different. 10 millimeters is tiny compared to 10 meters. 10 meters is almost 30 feet. Or 10 millimeters is like this big. It's like the tip of your pinky. That's a big number difference. So putting a unit at the end tells you the measurement difference. It's very important. It makes a huge difference. When you are using your ruler, please make sure you start at 0 and not at 1, okay? I know if you have a worn out ruler, maybe in school, at TJ, they told you to start at 1 and then subtract 1 from your end result. We're not gonna do that. Get a ruler that is good, start at 0, and just measure like normal. So now I'm gonna show you what the lab actually looks like. It's not in Google Classroom yet. I saw some of you switch over to see if it's in there. It's not in there yet. I'm gonna post it after I go over the directions because I want you to pay attention to me. Okay, this is what it's gonna look like. So it's essentially a scavenger hunt where you're gonna go and find objects around to measure. So let me read you the directions. You will find objects in or around your home, including outside if you want, to practice your measuring skills. Remember, everything you measure must be in metric. So when you're using your ruler, do not use the inches side. Make sure you flip it over to the other side, to the centimeter side. Using your cell phone or your Chromebook camera, take a photo of each object you found to measure and insert it after each question. Yes, you have to take a photo of it. Yes, I apologize if you only have a Chromebook camera to use. It's going to be a little clunky, but not impossible. Do not forget to put your units after the number. I cannot stress this enough. You will lose points if you do not put your units. And then I put here a quick little cheat sheet. So for length, it's the distance from one end of an object to the other end. And in metric, these are the most common used. Millimeters, which the abbreviation is mm. Meters, which is M, and kilometers, which is km. Now notice the upper and lower case. It is very important that you pay attention to the case. It is lowercase for meters. Mass, the amount of matter in an object. Milligrams, mg, grams is g, and kilograms is kg. And then volume, the amount of space an object takes up. Milliliters, M capital L, liters, capital L, kiloliters, lowercase l, capital L. Pay attention to that. That's important. The materials you're going to need are various objects that you find around your house or outside your house, a ruler or a tape measure, and then your Chromebook or cell phone or cell phone. And then these are the things that you're going to do. There's only 8. Measure the length and width of your Chromebook. And then I put the spots here for you to write down the measurement. So you're going to take the length and you're going to type it in, width, type it in, and then insert the photo. Measure the height of a chair or sofa seat. And what I mean by the seat is to the part where you sit, not the back of the chair. So I mean like where your butt sits, that's where you're measuring to. Don't measure to the top that supports your back. Measure to the part where you sit down, so where the seat is. And then you're going to put the measurement and then put the photo of the chair or the sofa. Find a container with any type of fluid in it. What type of fluid did you find? You're going to tell me. I'm just curious which fluid you're using. And then what is the type of measurement used to measure fluids? You're going to pick one of the three: length, mass, or volume. How much fluid is in the container? And then you're going to insert the photo of the fluid. Number 4, find a container of food that has mass listed. So remember, mass up here, you're looking for a container of food that has milligrams, grams, or kilograms on it. What type of food did you find? Why is the food measured in mass? How much food does the container have? And then a photo of it. Number 5, find a box or cube somewhere. Make sure it has equal sides, so it's not like some funky oblong looking thing. You're going to measure all 3 sides and figure out the volume. So what is the object you found? Tell me the length, tell me the height, tell me the width. Again, remember your units. What is the formula for the volume of a cube? If you forgot it, it's a quick Google search. What is the volume of the object you found? So here you're going to tell me the formula, and here you're going to actually solve it. So what is the volume of the object that you found? And you're going to insert the photo of that object. Number 6, 7, and 8, you are choosing extra objects to measure. So number 6, find another object to measure the length or height of. Number 7, find another object to measure the volume of. And number 8, find another object to measure the mass of. And then you just, again, tell me what it is, what the measurement is, and insert the photo. So this is going to be in or around your house. You're going to type it into this scavenger hunt, which I'm going to post into Google Classroom right now. If you have any questions, you need to let me know. You have the rest of the period to work on your scavenger hunt, to work on any missing work or late assignments. You need to email me if you do not have access to a ruler or cannot go to the store to purchase one, so I can go drop it off to you. Do not wait until Sunday night. You need to let me know by tomorrow if you do not have a ruler so I can go drop them off. Okay, it is now posted. So if you go to our Google Classroom, you might have to hit refresh on your tab. You might have to exit the tab and come back. And it's under Unit 0, Methods of Science, and it is posted right there, Metric Measurement Scavenger Hunt. Okay, so now you have the rest of the period to go ahead and work. Please ask questions if you are stuck on anything. I can either explain it again or try to help you through it. Again, email me if you're having any issues or if you need a ruler. Otherwise, you have the rest of the time to go ahead and work. And I'm going to be quiet now so you can concentrate. How do you measure mass? You cannot measure mass because you do not have a scale with you unless you happen to have a scale with you, but it's rare to have a scale in your home. So what you're doing is you're looking for grams on a package of food. So go through your pantry, go through your refrigerator, go through your freezer, look for kg, g, mg, anywhere on those packages, because like usually when you buy food, they have multiple measurements on there. Like they'll usually have imperial plus they'll have metric on there. If we were in class, you'd be using scales, but again, distance learning, and I don't have like scales to send to you. Anything, as long as it's school. Let me amend that statement. As long as it's school appropriate, please do not use inappropriate items. Yeah, and you'll notice that too. Like a lot of the Hispanic foods will have the metric system on there, but that's because the rest of the world uses metric. Like Mexico uses metric and the United States is not. The United States uses imperial. So if you have some Mexican food brands in your pantry, in your cupboard, in your refrigerator, I would hit those up first. I can show you. Let me go grab a cereal box and my ruler and I can show you. Because like you could even use, I don't know if you guys go to the dollar store, but like they have these like little bookmark rulers. You have measurements on them. You can even use this. I mean, it's not 12 inches. This one stops at 5, but it has 13 centimeters. And like, yeah, you'll have to do that whole like hold your spot and slide it over to measure stuff. It's kind of a pain, but you can even use one of these. But let me go grab a cereal box. Okay, I don't even need to go grab a cereal box. I have a box right here. So you need to measure the length, the height, and the width. So I'm going to make sure I'm on the centimeter side. This is the height. Remember, the tall is the height. So you're going to measure the height by putting a ruler to it. Remember, you're starting at 1. I have to face it towards me. So this is 12 centimeters high. Not counting the lid being up. So remember, this is the height, is the tallness. This is height. Okay. The length, this is where it gets tricky. The length is actually the bottom. So you're going to turn it, you're going to turn it to the bottom. So the bottom is facing you. And you're going to measure that. That is the length. And then you'll measure that. So for me, the length, because the top is the same size, so you can measure the top too. 7 centimeters for me. Okay. And then the width, you're going to turn it back right side up. So it's standing up. And it's going to be the side, the length of the side. This is the width, how fat it is. Okay. Now you're probably thinking, well, what if it has different fatnesses? Like one side is longer than the other. Well, you just measured the length right here. Did you measure it this way? Because like you'll see one is longer than the other. Did you measure it this way or you measure it this way? Whichever way you measured it, the width is the opposite way. So like I measured it this way. So that means my width is this way. So I got to measure my width, the fatness, which is the fatter way, which is this way. Because my box is not perfectly cubed. So then I measure it this way. You write down all 3 numbers. And that's how you measure the box, cube, square, whatever, for the volume of this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have exactly 1 minute left. So let me just make a couple of announcements before you leave. Do not leave yet. Please make sure if you cannot get to a ruler, if you cannot get to the store to purchase a ruler, if you cannot find a ruler, that you email me because I will be making deliveries. I live in Bakersfield. So I will be making a delivery of rulers tomorrow after school. Email me, let me know so I can get one to you. Please make sure you're turning in your late assignments and your late work so I can get your grades updated. If you have any issues, any questions, make sure that you come to my office hours from 2:10 to 3:10. The link is posted in our Google Classroom. If you have any questions, I will be here until 11:50 for the next 20 minutes to help you out. Otherwise, you are good to go, and I will see you on Friday. Have a good rest of the day.